When people look back at the Spurs playoff run from this year, they're going to remember Game 4 against the Thunder. This was the night that Victor Wembanyama made a statement, saying that the Spurs were not just a future, but a real threat right now.
Trying to get rid of a pesky Castle inside.
It's a tough floater by Big right there. I like that.
Get rid of a
elbow.
pesky Castle inside.
Nice. That's a good skill.
Hit that shot twice in the Thunder lead.
He looks mad, rudimentary basic doing that. For some reason, he looks like a little kid.
Trying to get rid of a pesky Castle inside.
It's hard to get that coordinated at that size. I mean, it really is. Again, simple, basic strength and conditioning principle. The longer and bigger you are, the faster it takes those nerve impulses to get to where they're going, thereby making it harder to be coordinated. It's kind of common sense, but that's why that is. And it's, making these floaters, that's a precision touch movement from the elbow. That's not easy, bro, especially with your left hand. I'm pretty sure he's a right-handed player.
Steins hit that shot twice in the Thunder lead.
But to go over a 7'5" guy and make with that same accuracy is tough.
Castle turning the corner, gets inside, crossing contact, and scores.
Castle's so tough.
That's above his season average. 3 for 3.
Man, he's got that down, bro.
Look at this.
Stephon Castle has been a complete player since high school. He's tough.
Right now, Wemby is not even the shooter.
National champion at UConn for a reason. Plays the right way, man. Fits into a team well. He's a star, but in the right way. Playing the right way. There's a lot of guys that are stars that don't play as well as him.
3. That will change when Caruso comes into the game.
Who hasn't had many dunks the last 2 games.
Patient, reads the floor, decision maker, plays off 2 feet, balanced, disciplined for the most part offensively. I've seen stuff on his turnovers. Watching the game live, he doesn't strike me as a guy that turns the ball over a ton.
Gets one there.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he just had a bad night though, and I'm right, or maybe he actually does turn the ball over a lot, and I just haven't been watching close enough. We got to see.
And then throw the line.
Alexander, that 2-man game for 4. For 4.
Man, he had for the first 8 points. Hartenstein with the first 8 points on that same lefty floater over Wembanyama. Tough.
Everybody touched it.
Oh, that's tough.
Ball movement. But Wemby has possession inside. So they play on. And it's the 6th man of the year, Johnson. First way to the basket. And they need him. 6 on the shot clock for the Spurs.
Crazy stat.
Hits the 3.
Castle's got such a well-rounded game. He can really do everything.
It's 5 threes in game 3. The miss there. Back the other way, Purcell.
Dude, that's tough.
5 threes in game 3. The miss there.
Look at the footwork, left, right. These are details. If you're younger, this is basic, but if you're younger and whatnot,
Hits the 3.
if you're newer, if you have a younger training age,
It's 5 threes in game 3. The miss there.
look at this left, right, step in. That's the step dip footwork. He's in motion, but he's able to stabilize himself with that step dip up. We've talked about this before on this channel. Another one is the hop dip, right? You just hop down, up. That's for more of a catch and shoot where you're already stationary, kind of waiting and spacing the floor. This is in transition. You're going to need to step into it. You're not going to be able to. You could step and then hop and dip on the hop. You can also go right, left, right. The footwork is important to think about when you're training your shot.
The other way, Purcell.
And that's how you make it happen in a game like this.
The Spurs have scored 12 in a row.
At the highest level, really, on one of the biggest stages, Western Conference Finals in the NBA, when the Western Conference is this strong. This is basically the series for the championship.
Keeping the dribble alive. Got Wemby out of the paint. Back to the basket. Purcell says no. Spurs the other way with Purcell. To Wemby. Timeout.
Yo, that's so tough, because Wemby, if he's around, you really have to deny him paint position. That's crucial with any big man, but,
Purcell says no.
You can't let him get here. If you're Shea, you got to stick him up hard up here. Like, you really have to stop, because otherwise this is just, it's chicken. Too easy. Too easy, man. Too easy.
Great ball movement, Fox.
And having Fox back is a huge boon. They're up 20. They put the game away pretty early and maintained control. The Spurs did in this game, in Game 4.
Purcell Harper on the
Good
board.
shit by Dylan Harper.
These bouncy, athletic.
They have such a good. The Spurs are such a good team, man. Very young. I mean, they are going to be like the Spurs, like when Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan. Like, they have a core of guys that really can produce for a long period of time, and they're just getting started. If they can manage to, they should do some shady shit like the Kawhi Leonard situation with the tree company. If you guys don't know that story, apparently, like, the last team that Kawhi played for was paying him on the side, like, $50 million through, like, a tree company for an endorsement, you know what I mean? Where, like, it was actually directly through the owner. The owner was just paying the man. And, like, they should do some shit like that if they need to. Because at the end of the day, bro, that's just probably been happening for longer than we know. You know what I mean?
Didn't get it.
No, Brody.
Moves out.
And this team is too good to let go. Carter Bryant coming off the bench. He's a solid player.
They're still going
All, like, a lot of young guys,
at full speed to the basket. And Mitch Johnson will take the timeout as SGA gets inside for two. 2:32 to go, 20-point game. Thunder trying to get it somewhere in the neighborhood here. It's inside by McCain as Wembanyama crumbles to the deck. That's 7 in a row for the Thunder.
Ooh, tough.
And that's where Fox has missed. The Thunder, see if it pays off dividends for now and later.
And especially with Chet and Isaiah on the bench.
Wemby had the half-court shot in this game, I believe, to end the half. Man, he's just elite, man. He can do too much.
Friendly cut on the three. Shea draws two. Isaiah Joe working inside. Out the quarter, Kenrich Williams knocks down a three-pointer. Williams, ditto from the last trip. And they're leading by 18 heading to this fourth quarter. Keldon Johnson, late shot clock works inside on Kenrich Williams.
Super tough. You don't need a bag when you can do that. Let me say that.
Heading to this fourth quarter.
Quick rip, just barely even an angle, right? He doesn't really have the angle, but he has enough to.
Keldon Johnson, late shot clock works inside on Kenrich Williams.
He just has just enough, man. With his strength, that's tough.
And
It's
Johnson
there.
scores. Military and military-connected families call this beautiful area home.
That just didn't look right.
Wiggins got knocked down, wanted the call, didn't get it.
Oh.
Castle leaving for
Hey! Too tough. That's too tough.
Wemby.
Bro, on the break.
Wiggins got knocked down, wanted the call, didn't get it. Castle leaving.
It didn't even look like he was aiming at anybody in particular. He just was like, you know what, fuck it. Wemby back there somewhere. Yo, real shit, bro. That's crazy.
Drop it off to him and let him finish.
Dort hasn't scored tonight. Until now. Lou Dort. Isaiah Joe on the push.
That's what I call late transition. You got to cross match in transition, but
Isaiah Joe on the push.
yeah, you got you got to cross match in transition. It's just what happens. Nice little bump.
Wiggins
I think if Wemby jumps, he still blocks that.
gets it to go. Such a problem in games 1.
Dude, that guy looks like nobody I've ever seen before in my life.
Gets it to go.
I swear to God, bro, there are archetypes of human beings, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, there's mad people that look like, let's say, like, bro, I don't know, bro. Like, you'll see somebody sometimes and be like, yo, bro, you look like somebody else I know. Like, this is just a human being that doesn't look like anybody else, like, that's ever existed, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, who does he even look like? Bro, no, like, literally, like, that's the first time I've ever seen that anybody look like anything like that. That's the first time I've seen this face in my life.
Such a problem in games 1 and 2, especially Stephon Castle had 20 of them in the first 2 games. Return of
That's tough. That's pretty. That's purty.
Castle had 20 of them in the first 2 games.
Nice
Return of
touch. De'Aaron Fox has an interesting game. Known for his speed. He's got a little bit of a repertoire offensively as a guard as well to score.
No SGA at all in this fourth quarter so far. Wiggins hits the 18-point game. And Mitch Johnson will stop it.
He got a pinky release on that one.
So far. 7-12, no SGA at all in this fourth quarter so far.
Kind of looked like it a little bit. I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Wiggins hit the 18-point game. And Mitch Johnson will stop it here. Still no SGA with the number at 18 and lob to Holmgren.
Luke Cornett played against my former coworker in high school. The guy I sat next to at work for a couple weeks in my last finance role. Played against this guy in high school.
So 13 to shoot for the Thunder.
Somewhere in Texas, like in North Texas somewhere.
Saw Wemby in the back there.
Tough.
And Mitch Johnson right there with Harper saying, come on, run this.
Oh, shit. NBA jeans. Holy fuck.
Right there with Harper saying, come on, run this.
See, that's the most impressive type of bounce. When you can just have like this weird footing and you're not actually like, you don't have this run up that a lot of dunkers get, and you're just jumping. You're like driving, you're in the middle of doing something else, boom, you leap, and you're able to still finish. Like, that shit's tough, bro. Anthony Edwards has that ability in oodles. And Dylan Harper, I mean, that's sick. That's just sick. And it actually helps you in game too, whereas a lot of like dunker shit doesn't really work in game. Anyway, that's really the game. You know, the Spurs held on to a 20-point lead for 4 minutes and emptied the bench eventually. Great game for the Spurs, and they're on to game 5, okay? So they needed to win that game, and, so, yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. All right, peace and love.